Hello, my fellow readers. This is Dark Symphony 7 with what is possibly, well, obviously, the final video of Let's Play Muramasa. So, this video is just going to be a little tips and tricks section for anyone who wants to actually get into the game and wants to know the bare basics. So, I actually here in Area 5 of Minigame story, because there's one specific room that I can actually show off a lot of this stuff. So the first one is there is a tutorial at the beginning of the game, but I wanted to show off a couple of things. First off is the secret arts. So the secret arts are a series of moves exclusive to each sword. So a lot of them do cross over with each other, but they're like more powerful versions of it. And what they do is you press. I'm actually using an Xbox One controller, and so you just press Y on the Xbox One controller, and you do a special move. That move will always take off a piece of durability from your sword. The only reason mine hasn't come off because I have a special item that you get from completing Total Pandemonium that gives you unlimited durability for your swords, allowing you to actually just spam them. Like, spam them as much as you can. However, if you're a beginner, I would actually recommend you using them if you want to do like gauntlet. If you want to do like combos or get like a 999 hits, an easy way to do it would be like with either getting the Kumori Stone, which gives you for a short time unlimited durability for your swords. Do a big combo, like a bunch of moves, and then you basically finish it off with the durability to try and continue those combos. Some of them are more helpful than others, but the main use you're going to want to use these special arts for is these swords. Each of these special arts give you invincibility frames. They basically go from beginning to end to when the character is stationary again. So when she pulls back, the invincibility frame. So if you're beginning and trying to get to know the basics, if you know you're about to die, just simply use the special arts, and you'll at least avoid an attack or two, depending on where you're at or what enemies you're fighting, bosses, whatever. And you'll probably be able to survive even for a small time, so you know where to get your bearings, know what to do, maybe heal up if you have any healing items, and all that jazz. And each one is different. So, like this is Ouroboros, and it's just basically that. And basically a gigantic sword slash. And of course there's this one, which is Thunderclap, which just makes you go down. Like, there's a lot. There is a lot of special abilities. I'm not going to show them all, because I at least want to keep some of them hidden. Like, let's see. I think there's one more I want to show off. This one. Let me show off Universe, and that'll be it. Universe. Boop. This one's fun. There's a lot you can do with these. Like I said, you can use them to extend combos. You can use them to get away from enemies. Maybe you use the iframes to avoid attacks that we can heal, and basically get your bearings for what they're going to do next. Use stuff like Universe to use to basically get away. So there's a lot of uses you can use for them. But if you're starting out, the main use you're going to use is literally just those iframes to get out of dodge. Now, back here, we're going to show off some other items I don't think I never really got a chance to show off, and that is the cooking. So the cooking is a thing that you get throughout the game. Basically, in order to get the cooking, you actually have to go find these books. These books are hidden all across, either at vendors or they're hidden in areas across the map. And you get them, and you have these 4, which will allow you to heal up in boss fights. I mean, not either during combat or boss fights when you need the health. And you basically, get this, and you get a nice, lovely animation of rice being made. Actually, I love it. It's so detailed. But then there's also, besides these, there's also these hot pots and also these other recipes that are really hard to get, but they give you a lot of spirit. They give you a lot of health back, and each one also gives a benefit to when you drink them. But unlike these, where you can just make them whenever you want, as long as there's no enemies around, and you can just eat these. You have to eat these ones when there's no enemies. When you're so so if you need a lot of health really fast, because these things will give you a lot of health. When like this one gives you like full health no matter how, even at like level 999. Like even at the max level, you're gonna use this. So let me just this one. Yes, food. Can you close it? And what that does is fill up the fullness bar. So fullness bar is just prevents you from eating regular food. Because there's two types of foods. There is the regular foods that basically give you more, that basically recovers more health for you, but you have that fullness bar, and then these pellets right here, which you can recover a lot of health really fast. You don't recover as much health, but you can eat them without the fullness bar. So you can eat, you can just mash them and just get all of them really fast. So I would suggest if anyone's starting out, keep a couple, keep a couple as is. And finally, we're going to do two more things. We're going to show off some of the transportations, and then we're going to show off the mermaid, and that's it. These are some of the items. So basically, you're going to need these items as you're starting out. Some of these items are really useful, like you have the gauntlets, the belts, and the mask, which increase your strength and vitality. The higher your strength and vitality, the more powerful Muramasas you can carry. So, some of them are just really helpful. And then you have other stuff like poison and burning. In Shiguri mode, you don't really need to worry about poison and burning, because what they do is they basically decrease health over time. And I think burning also has a benefit, another thing where it lowers your attack. I don't know if that's actually true specifically in Shiguri mode, but I noticed that every once in a while I seem to do like less damage. No. In burning mode, you lose health over time and you take more damage. There you go. You actually take more damage. But like I said, they're not really relevant in Shiguri mode since you're on 1 health. So there's that. There's stuff like the Master's Handbook that increases XP. If you're starting out, I would recommend getting Kusari Kalabira, which basically decreases how much damage. Especially, this one's also probably really necessary on Shura difficulty because everything's more aggressive and does way more damage. So you're gonna need this in order to take more hit because near the end of the game, everything will more likely just one-shot you, 1 or 2 shot you immediately. And of course, you have also a bunch of stuff, and all of basically just so much stuff. Like there's Ninja Socks, basically just lessons how often you fight enemies. This one just says, oh, this is you get more chances to get more experience points. And let's see, Bronze Mirror. Let's get the last of stuff out of the way. I did always a tip for anyone starting out. Yeah, always switch your swords. If you think your sword's going to be broken, immediately switch it. That's what I did throughout the entire Let's Play. You actually would have noticed it. Also, another tip is, at the beginning of the game when you're first starting out, if you want to get some extra spirit, go to one of these places. Go to any, they're scattered all across the area, and just buy something. That's really detailed. And these will actually allow you sex. So as long as you have the money, you can probably buy them. So let me just show you. Say, this is Universe in action, and you can just spam it. I think you can also do we go. Oh! I thought I got all the enemies. And that stinks. I wasn't expecting to actually die. So let's just what? Stare a. So I want to show off the two last things, which is the two transportation areas that you see throughout the story. So I gotta actually have to find right here. Here's the first one. Is there any? Let's get the smoke bombs. Let's get the smoke bombs just in case. Let's go here. Yamashiro. So, alright, so here's the first one. So, here's the first transportation. So, you'll see these guys scattered all across the map at various places. So, basically, you talk to one of them. Basically, no, not this one. You talk to this one. And they will teleport you to a random area. You basically pay 50 money. They will just basically just take you there. Honestly, this one's not really that useful. Like, it's honestly not. It's just for the most part just very, very repetitive. Like, yeah, you move locations like maybe 2 or 3 spots depending on the area, and then that's it. But there's not really much use of it because you'd rather, especially people who are starting out in the game, you'd rather be able to go through the area so that way you beat enemies and get more experience points, get more souls, so that way you can make more swords. And it's just really, for the most part, just largely unnecessary. Like, it's just, this is just really just largely unnecessary. So back to the game. This is gonna be the last thing I do. This is like a mini side game. Like, if you want to just do something different, like, you duck this guy. Yes. And basically what this guy would do is, oh, okay. A C-bomb, cool. Okay. So this is a C-bombs. Oops. Why is not letting me do? Why wasn't it letting me do? That's strange. That's very strange. It wasn't letting me do the Huh. Yeah. So anyway, let's try this again. Yeah, let's try this. Let's just try this again. All right. So this is the regular mini game. You basically catch fish, and as you catch each fish, you'll get like some money. Hey, you also have to avoid these things. And it's basically just a mini game. There's not really too much to this because for the most part they don't really offer much. Like, they offer some side harmless thing because there is like a mini hidden boss, a mini boss on this game. Trying. See if I can. 14 seconds. No. Yeah, the things will take out what money you have, and then I didn't get that much to catch. It's kind of sad. But However, once you beat the fisherman, you'll actually get a chance to fight the octopus that you saw earlier. Hey, okay. Yes, let me fight. Just give me that octopus. And so yeah, basically I have 60 seconds to beat this boss. Actually, this is my first time actually fighting this thing. So this is actually my first time fighting this thing on Shiguri mode. So I don't. So I'm kind of nervous. So, okay. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Let's see if I can get it. Think this is the last one? Last one? Hey, I got it. On my second try. A sword just scared away the sea bombs. Oh. And then, when you actually go back to him again, when you go back to the fisherman, I hope this works, after you beat the sea bonds, you will actually get a little surprise. Yep, there it is. You get a mermaid. And she basically just gives you a little item. Yep. And Yadomir. Oh. A ritual article that returns you to the last shrine visited in a limited number of times. Okay. I never actually got this item, so let's use this. Yes. Oh, it's not unlimited. Oh, that's actually pretty cool, but I don't need it. I mean, like, I don't need it. But yeah, that's the last. That was the last thing I had to show you. So I actually had a lot of fun playing Muramasa. I hope you appreciate some of my tips and tricks. Always switch swords around when your blade gets dull. Always make sure to pay attention to what the enemies are doing. All enemies are doing at all times, because you never know when you're going to get sideswiped. Always use the sword arts to avoid danger, and make sure you be aware of how much you have, where you are, and how much you're willing to spend on food and goods. So, and that's it. So I actually had a lot of fun. This has been Dark Symphony 777. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this Let's Play, and I hope you like it and basically just I can't wait for my next Let's Play. So, bye.